Welcome back, ladies and gents. I'm starting to see a lot of stories go up about how the lady in the picture here, Lena Khan, all due respect, was right in how everybody should have listened to her, and how people who did listen to her, now they want to say, "Oh, I told you so" about Microsoft and all of their nonsense that's going on. Right? Here's the thing: she was wrong, and you idiots know that. It's just that Microsoft, being Microsoft, makes it very easy to be like, see, I told you they were pieces of shit. They make it easy for you to do that because of some of the things they do. What do I mean she was wrong? I'm going to explain that. And actually, let me mute Battlefield in the background here. I've been playing some Battlefield. So, the main reason she was wrong is if you go back to the court case, and I paid attention to that court case very closely because I knew that the outcome of that court case, if it went Microsoft way, which indeed it eventually did, was going to change the video game industry forever. And if you go back to my videos around the time that court case was happening, I said that. I said for better or for worse, the games industry is going to change forever because Microsoft has a lot of power now for being a third place player. On this channel, I've never so much as emboldened Microsoft and say, "Oh, Microsoft needs to dominate." No, a few videos ago, I told you I like Microsoft, desperate for fans, in third place, playing nice. But in the video that you guys will probably have seen by now in the uncut playlist, it's a new video there, by the way. I go in a very explicitive rant about why things are the way they are, and if you don't like that, then I really don't give a shit, honestly. But it's the truth, you know, and it's political. But we don't have to touch that far into politics on this video. Let's talk about Lena Khan and how she was fucking wrong, and how anybody that's making any kind of fucking 2 hour, 30 minute, 40 minute, however fucking long documentary, survey, uh, written or read aloud fucking essay about Lena Khan and philosophically how she was right and all, they're fucking morons. There's 9 times out of 10, you're a fucking moron. You just hate capitalism and won't admit it, which is fine to hate capitalism. It does have its ugly parts. Or you hate Microsoft and you won't admit it, which is fine. You don't have to like Microsoft. We're not that kind of channel. But what we're not gonna do is sit here and fucking embolden a lie. I'm tired of the bullshit media, and it seems like the bullshit is bleeding into independence. Lena Khan was wrong. You remember what the CMA did to Microsoft over this whole Call of Duty thing? They said, yeah, you guys can have that, but you're going to have to sell the cloud rights to that shit. You can't own every aspect of Call of Duty. Not only that, you can't make a deal with whoever you sell it to for 10 years. And Microsoft capitulated because they really wanted that franchise. They really wanted all of those assets. Lena Khan didn't fucking do that. The moron she sent to court didn't do that. You want to go back and look at what they did? Because you can go back and look at what they did. They went up there and asked dumbass questions like, well, what if Microsoft decides to put exclusive skins in Call of Duty for Xbox players, but they don't give them to PlayStation players? You mean the shit Sony was giving Activision money to do? That entire court case was flooded with moronic ass questions from Lena Khan's FTC team, asking shit that either, okay, well, Sony already does that to Microsoft, or what about Sony? Well, how come Sony can't? And blah, blah, blah. It was about protecting Sony, a Japanese company, against Microsoft, American company. It was never about protecting the consumers. It was never about protecting the workers at these companies. If Lena Khan and her dog shit ass team wanted to stop Microsoft from doing fuck shit once they own Activision, she could have said, you can't raise the, if we let you have this, you can't raise the price of your service because you have this big game now for 5 or 6 years. You're going to need to sell some of these assets if you need to let people go, you have to sell some of the assets. You're not allowed to fire people. Now I don't know if that's a rule that she could have put in there or a stipulation she could have put in there, but she, according to the guy at Microsoft, she didn't even fucking come to the table and talk to him when he was ready to negotiate. He spent all of that time. Smith, I think his name was, old white dude. It's always old white dude, right? He spent all his time waiting for her and her team to show up to a meeting. They never showed. They just straight took him to court. And when they got to court, they wasted the fucking judge's time trying to defend PlayStation because Jim Ryan was running around with his fucking pants on fire. They didn't give a fuck about you. They didn't give a fuck about me. They didn't give a fuck about those people that Microsoft fired. All 10,000 or so of them. Lena Khan was fucking wrong. You know how I know she was wrong? Because the CMA made them capitulate to something in order to get that shit to pass through, and they capitulated to it. And didn't Microsoft just earlier this month or late last month, and we're talking about September 2025 or early October 2025, because I don't know when you're hear this, didn't Microsoft just say, yeah, we're investing like $20 billion in Europe? I don't know if that was a part of the CMA agreement, but I wouldn't be surprised if it was, because that fucking lady actually did her fucking job and made sure that, no, motherfucker, if you gonna spend $70 billion to own this really popular franchise and instantly gain all this power, you gonna help our people out. You gonna take care of these workers. You gonna make sure that you ain't screwing over my fucking customers. And she still didn't do everything she could. She could have, but the other part was Lena Khan's fucking job, and she fucking didn't do it. So all of these fucking morons who putting up these 40-minute videos about Lena Khan being right can stuff it, because she fucking wasn't right. She was never defending them raising the price. She was never defending them firing people. That shit did not come up in that court case. She may have said it outside of that, but when it came to a judicial court case where her and her team had an opportunity to make that argument that these people are going to fire motherfuckers, these people are going to raise prices, she didn't say that shit. Her and her team went in there for, what was it, a month or whatever, and they defended PlayStation the entire fucking time. That's why she was fucking wrong. I don't want to hear that shit no more. I'm tired of seeing stupid ass videos pop up about it. I'm tired of hearing it. I'm tired of seeing goofy motherfuckers quote tweet it. You're lying. You're a moron. She was a moron. Right? She fucked that up. She could have really saved all of y'all. She didn't. Because she was a corporate fucking shield too. 9 times out of 10, I wouldn't be surprised if it comes out that Sony slipped her a check. Because none of that shit she was saying had anything to do with protecting that industry, protecting consumers, protecting workers. She may have said that shit as a quote for a website or a news channel that was covering or some shit like that. That shit was never brought up in that court case. And if it was a fucking small footnote. Most of that court case was, well, what is this going to do to PlayStation? Ain't that a bitch? I don't want to hear it. Stop fucking talking about what she was right. She was wrong. She did that shit wrong. The lady that runs the CMA, or if she's still running it, she did the right thing. She said, no, if y'all want this to pass, you got to do this, this, and this. Bend the knee. And they did, because they wanted it. Lena Khan didn't do that. She took him to court with weak ass evidence and a weak ass argument, and she got fucking decimated. Sorry, fellas. Shit's all cap. See you in the next video. Have a good one.